topic, and then in that
Yeah,
case we
please.
can have, yeah, yeah. So let's let's quickly understand about one more concept. It is pretty straightforward. Majority of us already know about it because we have a different same kind of thing exist in the different other databases. So what is my next topic? The next topic is FDW, okay, which is
Foreign data wrapper.
foreign data wrapper. So foreign data wrapper, first let's understand the business case. Then only we can understand this whole concept. Okay. So the first thing is, let's suppose you have a database which is running on Postgre, Postgre, and due to some XYZ requirement, you have to fetch the data from some foreign databases. So what are the foreign databases? First of all, this is heterogeneous database linking concept where I'm not talking about Postgre to Postgre. I'm talking about Postgre to some other database structure. So let's suppose MySQL, Mongo, or SQL Server, Oracle. Okay, like that you have a number of databases. If you have foreign data wrapper binary available, you can directly go and connect to these databases. Okay, so what foreign data wrappers enables you, the moment you install foreign data wrapper binary on your database and also you create the foreign data wrapper, you just create one server and user mapping. Okay, server and user mapping. Server is nothing but it holds your server IP. Let's suppose I want to create a foreign data wrapper for MySQL, and my MySQL database is running on 168.1.5. I will simply create a server program inside my database using some commands and port and other details about my database. Let's suppose if it is a SSL enabled database, I will put my SSL key or something like that. And user mapping is nothing but where I'm just telling that using which user or password or credentials I have to connect from Postgre to MySQL database. So what is the use case of it? Why do we need a foreign data wrapper? Okay, so the first used case is, let's suppose uh, my program, I have a program. This program, before executing this program, I need dollars value every day. Okay, but I'm not getting the dollar value on my current Postgre database. My dollar value is getting populated every hour or every minute on MySQL database using some third-party API like XC API. Uh, People who don't know about XC, XC is nothing but a third-party website which gives us the value of dollar every day. XC.com. So XC.com is a very famous API where we put the value of dollar or any currency and it gives us the real-time price based on our current country or based on the conversion that we are looking for. Let's suppose I am looking for US conversion in euro, so it will give me. So let's suppose my MySQL has a job which execute and pulls the value from xc.com and populates one table called currency. Okay, but unfortunately, this particular currency conversion table is not available in Postgre. But I want before, and let's suppose this application where my Postgre database is connected, I want to take a order of a product. Let's suppose I'm a Amazon.com and I want to send a product. But before that, before sending the product to a customer's house, I have to do the billing also, right? For that particular billing purpose, I need to understand what is the current dollar rate. So for these kind of use cases, what we do, we just create foreign data wrapper. First use case. Is this use case clear? At least what I'm trying to explain here. My dollar value is coming to MySQL table, but my actual billing system is running on Postgre. I want to make a billing. Before billing, I want to know the dollar value every time. So what I have created a foreign data wrapper between my Postgre database and MySQL database. First use case. Another use case is, let's suppose I have certain tables where I want to populate the data of MySQL. So we can also use it as a ETL tool. Okay, but not very big ETL tool. For the small table, for the small bunch of data, we can use it as a ETL tool. Okay.
So
Also,
in this case,
mhm,
sorry to interrupt, Abhishek. So in this case, the data will be residing in MySQL, and it is just fetching the data from
the
other
fetching the
database.
data over the
Yeah,
network.
fetching or inserting or anything it can do,
Yes,
right?
it can
Okay.
do it. Correct. Just a link, like database link in Oracle, public
Yeah.
database link, private database link, same kind of thing.
But it will not store the actual. This
No,
will
it
not.
will
It
not
will
store.
not take any size, space, or physical file.
Mhm, mhm.
It's just like
No,
a soft link
just
in
like a soft
Linux.
link. Linux, same thing. So whenever you query your foreign data wrapper, it will go over the network and bring it back. So one interview question, very, very famous interview question people normally ask with foreign data wrapper. Uh, I'm joining two table. I have table A, I have table B. This table is a FDW table, and this table is my local table, which is there. If I'm joining and making a SQL, every time this SQL is taking long time because my foreign data wrapper has to travel across the network and fetch the data and come back, right? Like that, because I'm joining it. So what is the solution? How I can troubleshoot or performance tune this particular case? Answer is very
Abhishek,
simple.
Abhishek, sorry,
You
I think
can
it was,
do.
yeah, I lost you. I think it is for the same for everyone. So can you repeat the
Did I
question? So yeah.
last? Did I? What about others?
So
No,
after
Clear.
the joining, you did
Clear.
not. I did not hear. Yeah, sorry about that.
so
Okay.
Can you
Okay.
repeat the question?
Yes. It's a very famous question. Okay. Let me first create a new one, or let me take this space. I have a foreign data wrapper table, table one. I have a local table. This is FDW table, and this is local table, tape two. I'm writing a join operation. This join, whenever I run this SQL with joining these two tables, it takes uh, let's suppose 10 milliseconds. 10 millisecond is not acceptable because I have to complete my order for the further process. And why this is happening? Because my table one is foreign data wrapper table. It has to travel across the network and get the data over the network from my remote MySQL database. So for these kind of scenario, what is the best way or what is the best practice or how to fix this performance issue?
Abhishek, can I answer?
Yeah, you can answer.
I just because this problem which you are asking, I'm facing from 2 years. So there
Hmm,
is a one local table and there is a foreign table.
hmm,
Uh, the approach is something you can tune your parameters. That's
hmm,
something fetch size is there in the
hmm,
foreign data wrapper, and the
hmm,
explain row estimate kind of parameter is
hmm,
also there. And
hmm.
the last you can create a materialized view. So
Very
this is
good.
something, but you cannot achieve what you are when you are joining the
Hmm,
local
hmm,
tables and
hmm.
when you are joining a foreign table with a local table. So uh, this is something we are at a
Yes,
stuck.
it's a very common problem. So, but you
Yeah,
have answered it well. Metallized view is the answer. So
yeah.
what Metallized view is doing here, whenever we create Metallized view, it creates a local copy of the foreign data. Okay. So at least it helps you and degrade the performance at least 50 to 60%. Okay, but foreign data wrappers are not the solution. This is the solution only for when you have very small or less amount of data.
Mhm.
Okay, but if you are looking for some other kind of solution, then always go with the APIs, ETL, or you can create your clustered database, which will talk later, like how the clustering or sharding happens. All those things you can do, but this is just an option. As some people are also doing migration using foreign data wrappers. Okay, that is also possible. Let's suppose I have a table here. I want to migrate the table to Postgre. Okay, but again, it applies to the small set of data. It is not applies to the large set of data. Again, it depends on your network condition also. If your network conditions are not good, let's suppose you are on premises, and you are fetching data from AWS. Okay, so those kind of things are sometimes can become troublesome. Okay, so you have to fix your network condition. Another important factor that every DBA should understand, why I brought this topic in our discussion: compatibility. Compatibility. Compatibility is a very important factor when you are configuring foreign data wrapper. Make sure your foreign data wrappers are compatible enough to talk to each other. This is the classic problem when we create the foreign data wrappers. Sometimes we are not checking the compatibility. Let's suppose you are doing it on RDS database, and RDS doesn't have that particular foreign data wrapper available itself. Okay, so they have given a very good chart where you can go and get the list of the foreign data wrapper which is supported by the RDS. Let's suppose for RDS, MySQL, Oracle, and SQL Server is supported. But if you are trying to do MongoDB, if the foreign data wrapper is not supported, then it won't work. Okay, same thing goes with Azure. So make sure when you are committing any foreign data wrapper, FDW, make sure the compatibility check should be there. Compatibility check should be there very extensively. Otherwise, sometimes your version also matters a lot. Let's suppose you are using some other Postgre version and the foreign data wrapper binaries are not available for that. So in that case also it won't work. So another important point, compatibility. Okay, makes sense? Compatibility part. Everyone clear? Yeah, Sushan, yeah, you can ask your question.
No, it was not a question. I was about to say, you can use materialized views for your question. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry,
Thank
I'm not seeing that screen, so sometimes I miss it. Yeah. So at least is this clear? Materialized this FDW, foreign data wrapper. Basics are clear. Why we use it? How to do it?
Abhishek,
Mhm.
can't we increase the speed of the network
We can increase,
apart
but
from this materialized view?
we can increase the network speed. But network speed always increasing is costly. It
Yeah,
also
cost.
depends in which context you're increasing the, because I worked as a network engineer for more than 5 years, so I can give you the answer very in different ways. Let's suppose your network is currently on Ethernet. Okay, you are in data center. Okay, it also depends the distance of the data center racks and other thing, right? If your Postgre database is deployed in this rack and the other rack where you are trying to get the database, then this distance also depends on, okay, which distance you are fetching the data. Sometimes the medium of the pipe also differs. It could be Ethernet. We try to make it fiber optic so that speed is high. Okay, another very important factor, your VLAN, right? Virtual LAN. I don't know how many of you understand VLAN or not. If our two parties are residing in the same VLAN, speed is always better. But if let's suppose you are Postgre is residing in VLAN 1 and your MySQL is residing in VLAN 2, then also you have to understand how this VLAN is distributed, either level 3 switch or something. So There are a lot of n number of factors which you can configure. Okay. But again, one more thing. Network is something which you can tune it, but the overall product or overall the foreign data wrapper application itself is meant for lower scale of the data. It is never meant for higher scale of the data. Right, Rohit? I think you have already faced it. So you are the best
Yeah,
person.
yeah, I'm facing, and nobody's something going for changing that. So that's something I'm struggling from around 1.5, 2 years. So
It might
nobody
be a
has.
ETL project, ETL kind of environment, or just a
Uh,
OLTP. Or,
no, it's a something, a sharding concept is there.
Mhm,
Someone has to set up a sharding in Postgres.
mhm,
So it is, and the sharding is connected with a foreign data wrapper.
mhm.
So that's,
A lot of
nobody wants.
throughput might be
Uh,
happening from
yeah,
this
yeah,
database
yeah,
to
yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah.
So nobody's now agreeing with the to change this architect because nobody wants to change the current setup. There
No
are
one want
many.
to make their hand dirty, basically. That's a simple thing.
So I'm
Otherwise,
creating the
it will
MATLAB view,
become
and
their
then
baby.
I'm creating the MATLAB view, and then they're getting the things something get out of this trouble, but not because the data is increasing day by day, and the if the data is increasing, network speed is also network.
Correct,
You can, yeah, getting the data over the network, large data will also take some time. So that's it.
correct. So again, the nature of this particular option is related to just fetching the lower amount of data. It is never ever meant for fetching the ETL class of data. ETL class, when I say petabytes or gigabytes of data, it is not possible in that sense. Okay. In that sense, you have to use third party different tables. Another important thing, 3-4 things are very important: binary compatibility, version compatibility, and the target database. Okay, how your target database is configured. If your target database is configured on SSL, let's suppose SSL mean to say your MySQL. Let me take a new board. Your MySQL itself is running on uh, uh, I would say on SSLized database. Then on the Postgre side, you have to come and apply the same kind of certificates. Otherwise, connectivity won't happen. Okay. So make sure before you do all these things, these prerequisite has to be followed. Otherwise, your foreign data wrapper won't work. Mean to say, let's suppose in your MySQL database side, it is SSLized. You have SSL certificate enabled. So without applying SSL, it cannot connect to any foreign objects, right? On the Postgre level, PostgreSQL level. So you have to apply the same SSL certificate here also to make the connection. Make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Any question before I go ahead? How many minutes we have? We have only 4 minutes. So let's do the practicals tomorrow better, because I'm going to show you few more things related to foreign data wrapper. Foreign data wrapper is also important from migration point of view. Some of the companies do migration using foreign data wrappers and Python script or Go scripts, so which I will just explain you how it can be done. Okay, make sense? One important point which I have seen with the students, which they struggle with the foreign data wrapper, if you are installing the community version of the Postgre, and if you are doing the practice of foreign data wrapper, try to bring the binary from the same flavor of Postgre. It's not like that you have installed community edition and you are bringing the Percona binaries or EDB binaries. Okay. If they will work, definitely you can use it, but try to check the compatibility first. It is not always that you are using community edition and you're installing the foreign data wrapper of Percona will work. No, it's not the case. Sometimes it may work, sometimes it may not work. So suggested or best practice is, if you are using community version of Postgre, try to bring the binary of foreign data wrapper of same flavor. Another important thing. Make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Clear? Tomorrow I'll show you how
Yeah.
to create foreign data wrapper, and I will use MySQL. and I will build a MySQL server either on Docker or in front of everyone only, so that you will understand how to install MySQL for your practice purpose. You can also do foreign data wrapper with Oracle, which is very famous. Postgre to Oracle, not a lot of foreign data wrappers are getting built. So like that. Makes sense, everyone? Clear? Good? Happy?
Uh, Yes, Abhishek, I have one query. Kshitij
Yes,
this
sure.
side.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Abhishek, I am working on this Vagrant thing.
Mhm.
Can be integrate with the vSphere ECXI host so that I can
Which
create a.
which particular operating system you are looking for?
I'm looking for Windows and Linux both.
No, but on your Vagrant, which operating system you are trying to build it?
I have both this Mac and Windows.
No, Mac and Windows is fine. Your question is from the setup point of view, right? Or the making the
Yeah, it's
Vagrant
a
machine.
vSphere. It's a vSphere. I want to create a virtual machine on ESXi host.
Okay.
VMware,
So
VMware. Mm-hmm.
VMware, right? And
Mm-hmm.
VMware, let me drill down your question in a such a way so that everyone will understand. Okay. So you are using your main hardware is like laptop or desktop is on which operating
No,
system?
no, no, no. I'm not using it on laptop or hardware. I'm going to use it in our production environment.
Production environment. Okay.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
how your setup will be approximately?
It's a vSphere virtual machine,
Mhm.
vSphere thing, and there we have a lot of hosts, and I'm going to create a new host with this
Mm.
Vagrants and this
Mm.
Terraform.
Okay. Can I give you one hypothetical overview first, and then you can take it as a concept and you can apply it
Yeah,
anywhere? Can I
sure,
give
sure.
you that option?
Yeah.
So let's suppose you are not using native virtualization. You are using VSXi, ESXi, or Proxmarx, for example, for this example. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
this is your Proxmarx or your VXI cluster or
Mm-hmm.
single machine, whatever we call it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your local laptop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you might be writing some kind of automation where you just run your script and you will get one VM ready here, right? That's what you're
Yes.
trying to achieve,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So again, it depends on the compatibility. First thing,
Mm-hmm.
your Vagrant, this method is going to be called as a API method,
Yes. Correct.
correct? So
Mm-hmm.
again, this particular EXI or Proxmarx should understand, first of all, your these two systems should be having
Mm-hmm.
API based. Okay. First thing,
Mm-hmm.
if they are not API based, either you should get some kind of interface here
Mm-hmm. Right.
to make the VM here. Okay. First
Mm-hmm.
thing. Second thing,
Mm-hmm.
uh, whatever OS you are going to create, OS. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This OS supposed to be come under this providing section.
Okay.
Let's suppose I want to create this particular Ubuntu, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
have provider itself available, right, for that.
Right.
So in my scenario, in this scenario, this OS is not going to fit. For
Oh.
that, I have to find something else which is VMware enabled or VM.
Mm-hmm.
See this, this can work on Fusion also. It means it is somewhat supporting iOS infrastructure also or OS.
Mm-hmm.
So it is your setup is going to depend on multiple factors.
Okay.
So factor number one, compatibility, how you are going to build your VM. Second
Mm-hmm.
thing, what kind of OS you are planning to choose. Once
Mm-hmm.
everything is goes hand in hand or compatible, you can
Mm-hmm.
build your VM. My personal favorite is Proxmox. My personal favorite. Might I'll get lot of questions when I say
Mm-hmm.
favorite because people hate Proxmox from API point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But according to me, it is very easy.
Okay.
because I'm from the system background, I know a lot of things. I can configure it. But if you are looking for a very straightforward and simple execution, then go with the VMware. But it will cost you. Okay, it is not free.
Yeah, that we have a very big environment for this one, so I have to work on that one. Sure, I'll if I have some query, I'll post you on WhatsApp. So I'm
Correct.
working on
One
that.
extra piece of information: the complete EC2, right? They
Mhm.
are using hypervisor, so you
I can
can
use hypervisor.
explore hypervisor also.
But hypervisor is not good for production.
No, the complete EC2 is running on hypervisor, AWS EC2.
Mm-hmm.
It is not natively running, but they
Mm-hmm.
did lot of modification. Even you can
Yes.
use libvirt also if you want.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
libvirt is it is going to be completely free and more powerful than VMware. But the problem is it is not Swiggy, it is kitchen. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to
Mm-hmm.
build your own food
Correct.
by your hand. There is no box pack approach available. You have to write your code, everything.
Sure.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't know others if they understood this communication or not, but if they are interested to understand all these things, I'm fine. I can explain. Okay.
So
So
practice purpose,
what
can you just show us what should we for
For practice purpose, when this class started, I was a big fan of VMware, but recently they have ditched us basically. They have started putting the licensing cost. So now, last week only this happened when I have updated my Vagrant packages on my Ubuntu and Linux machines. So now I will strongly recommend take Vagrant. Just take the Vagrant and normally install Oracle VirtualBox. Simple. Don't
Correct.
go with anything else. Don't go with the VMware and all, because VMware is, because the problem might occur when you have created your lab setup, you have started the practice. One fine day you have upgraded your Vagrant, and finally they will start asking money. Then all your VMs will be, nowhere, right? Which has recently happened with me, and I have to migrate my entire EFM cluster to a different VM, which is again extra work for me because I have so many nodes, right? So don't do that. Use simple. Use Vagrant. Anyhow, we are not going to do a rocket level research on our PCs, right? Just hardly max to max 500 GB or 1 TB data, right? So better to use that for everyone. Okay.
Sure. So I'm using Terraform only for this one.
You're using Terraform for implementation of your VMs, or
Yes, for games.
that is good. Local provider, right? Just to implement the VM.
Not the local provider. I'm going to work on this vSphere and ELXI host.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Abhishek,
Okay, guys. Yeah.
so can you list down the topics? So you mentioned you worked as a network engineer also. So as a DBA, what level of networking knowledge we should have, to
Zero.
survive or to
Zero.
zero?
Yes.
Okay,
Just to ping,
because
just to check the ping, just to check ports are open or not. Because network is an entirely different concept. Until unless you have a very large level of setup where you have multiple clusters or something, and you are getting some network related issue, which happens very rarely. I don't think you should learn too much towards the network side.
Yeah, I will suggest some utility like how can you check network latency and trace
Mm-hmm.
route.
Mm-hmm.
Trace route is going to be collect a dump and the dump
Dump.
file.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to be understand, okay, is there a packet loss or not? So these things,
Mm-hmm.
the best thing, and your interface up
TCP
and
IP
running.
dump.
Yeah.
TCP/IP
Right.
dump also you can. But let me tell you one thing. From the network side, if you basic networking is fine. You should understand like what is VLAN, what is router, switch, all those things. But I don't think we should learn more towards the network side. It's not our domain. That the main
Actually,
part. That's what I'm talking about. Like
That's true,
so
but at least
actually
basic
nowadays,
troubleshooting we should know.
that's what I'm telling. Telnet, NC, ping, TCP/IP dump, and if you're too much explorative, then learn about wired SARC or something.
Yes, sir.
Wired
so
SARC
actually
tool.
what happens nowadays, we have a multiple Llama servers, where in which
Mm,
they pull data from different database and display. So it's a kind of trading application.
mm, got it.
So sometimes, there is a large network usage. So
Mm,
the client raise a ticket or raise a concern, what happens,
mm,
why so much data transfer happened last night.
mm,
So they ask us like what data you transferred, what happens in the database.
mm,
So we simply say like, we are not a network engineer. You raise a ticket with a network engineer and ask him what happens, what data transfer. So but just to some answer something like where to check, what to check. So do you know what we can say, what we can address this, how we can address this?
Simple thing is, first of all, you should be having a very good dashboarding system on top of your system. Okay. Either you can use Prometheus or Grafana. Okay. And in uh, Grafana, we have lot of dashboards available. Okay. Because you are not going to buy the tool now itself, right? So there are lot of dashboards available which you can implement, and you can see what kind of network is getting originated from your side to their side or their side to your side. Correct? Because network have two kind of traffic. Normally we see as a throughput, but it is having two kind of traffic, incoming and outgoing, right? Ingress and outgress, right? That's what we see, right? So you try to understand which side of traffic is more. Ingress is more or outgress is more. Getting my point?
Yes,
So if your
mostly
this
it's
database is
outgrade
a
only.
mean to say outgoing is more, right?
Yeah.
So when I say outgoing, what does it mean? What can it is a Postgre database?
Yes.
So outside why it is going?
So
What is the logic?
replication. So
Mhm,
replication can be culprit. Like let's suppose in the primary DB, developer
mm,
had
mm,
done some lot of DML operations. So a lot of
mm,
WAL file is generated. So over the
mm,
network, we are transferring the WAL files to the
mm,
replica. So replica will read it and apply it.
mm.
So can this one is also one of the scenario where we get lot of network consumption, like lot
Definitely,
of work.
Yes,
if
yes.
your database is a very volatile database and you are getting a lot of insert DML and other thing, definitely your application data will be high. But again, you have to understand how much ingestion happened. If your ingestion is just a 1 GB and your total traffic is more than 100 GB, then something is wrong, right? Getting my point?
Yeah.
Ingest happened only 1 GB, but in your dashboard, you are seeing the lot of total throughput of the network happened 100 GB. Then this is not something which will come into the picture because it is only 1 GB data, right? Then you have to understand overall using some kind of monitoring tool, what is running if this is the only culprit. Okay, again, mark my words. If this is the only culprit, if you have multiple other systems, then you should put some kind of networking or some kind of monitoring and understand what is sending lot of data. Another thing can be happen, you know. Is this a web application?
Actually, I don't have that much of idea of the application
Okay,
side.
simple thing, simple thing. Your application is getting accessed over the internet. web application like YouTube, Instagram, or it is an intranet application, mean to say people just access it under your office using VPN.
It's a stock trading
Stock
application.
trading application, it means it's a web application because people are using it over the web. Okay. So in that case, just try to understand that are you going through with some attack or also are you getting any attack or not? Okay. If
Mhm.
but attack will come again inside traffic and then outside traffic. Inside traffic, they will place some kind of beacon or software inside your database or application and keep on pulling the data. Okay. So that can be another cause. Another thing, you might going through a bug with replication. That is 100% chances. Another thing, what is your monitoring tool that you are monitoring to your database?
Uh, Check MK.
Check MK. Check whether your check MK is also not consuming lot of feeds. Because
No,
recently I
no.
have fixed
So
the issue where Datadog was making my database slow and it was running lot of queries.
yeah, but it happens, once in a blue moon, like once in a month,
Mhm. So,
twice in a
so
month,
okay. So
and there is a
try
no
to
scheduled job.
okay. Then try to
It's a
get
random.
the random one, right? So even we can catch the random one also. Try to understand the time period, start and end, date and time. Okay. So whenever actually what they are complaining, they complain slowness.
No, no. So they have a separate cyber security team, I think. So just
Mm-hmm.
they keep an eye on, how much network, like how much data is transferred, like
Mm-hmm.
if lot of network, outgress is
Mm-hmm.
used, that means someone is transferring
They have to pay the
critical
money or
data.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Also, the pay financially is a separate thing, but they are
Mm,
suspicious. Like if anyone is transferring some data out of the system, out of the server, you
mm,
know, are they stealing the data? Like
mm,
in this fashion, like they want to know why
mm,
that
mm,
network usage is such high for this
mm,
time, what
mm,
data you transferred, what activity
mm,
you have did, you know
mm,
have you transferred any backup file over the
mm,
network or in a replication, a lot of
mm,
wall file is generated, or what
mm,
sort of thing you have done. So in that sense,
mm. In that
yeah.
case, I'll tell you one thing. In that case, your database is not coming into the picture in the first place. Database is somewhere here. Then this is your DB layer. This is your application layer, right? Some application is running right here, and they're consuming the
Yes.
data. And then you have
Mm.
network layer, right? Some load balancer or something which is connected to this, right? Something like that. So the best way to identify these kind of thing will be APM. Do you understand APM? When we will do the site reliability classes in the same session, we'll talk about APM. Application
Applications
performance
and
monitoring.
performance monitoring. Yeah.
Yes. So deploy some APM monitoring. Try to go with the free one, but be very careful if you're choosing free systems. Make sure it is your system itself is not becoming a problem for you. For like that, for example, you are taking paracetamol for curing the high fever, but the paracetamol should not give you headache. In other words, right? So when you are choosing a good
Yeah.
APM tool, try to get the good APM open source tool, which is your client is approving you. There are a lot of APM tools available which will give you the free of cost service for 30 days or 90 days. You can use Datadog. Okay. So why I'm telling you APM, because here I'm throwing the stone towards the mango tree kind of scenario we are handling, right? We don't know like which mango I'm targeting or where my stone will go. So first of all, when I have a APM, application performance monitoring system, it will go into the depth and it will tell you which particular application is sending more load on the database. Let's suppose, for example, I'm using LinkedIn, right? So in the LinkedIn, we have a system like adding some people, right? Sending post or something. So that specific utility, specific API is putting more load on the database, or there is a job which runs, or there is any specific application feed which is only runs from this period to this period and it is putting load on your database, or it is getting the data, something like that. So APM is the right place to get implemented and check it. You can also
Abhishek,
use,
we need to install the APM in the network layer, or I mean, in
it will
which layer?
depend. It will depend. Let me show you one thing first. So it depends on which layer of monitoring you want to do. Okay, but as we are talking about network, let's try to first implement on the network layer. Okay, get some type of statistics like this. What is happening in the system? Who's putting load? Where your data is going? Okay, which you can get it from the Splunk, Datadog, or if you are very good in the DevOps kind of thing, then you can use Prometheus or Grafana. Okay, but another important factor, if you are trying to monitor the application, then it's not your task. Your APM has to be uh, configured or integrated by application team, because they know, right, your application better. Are you getting my point?
Yes. Yes.
So in other words, take my application. Okay, this is my application. In this application, this is just a front page, but I want to understand. Let's suppose whenever a user is going and it is running mock data generator application, my application goes down, or your kind of scenario happens that I am fetching lot of data. So what is happening here? Basically, if my APM is monitoring all these tools, they can easily tell me, right, whenever this kind of scenario happens in this time frame, I can see lot of calls are making by this utility, right? Because
Yes, yes.
so you will get very crystal clear data. Who's the culprit? Who's the issue? Second thing, if they know the application better, there's another way. See here, every browser have network performance also. See this? Can you see this? See here. There are a lot of plugins also available, which will clearly tell you. See here, I'm getting everything in micro milliseconds. See this? So you can get lot of help from your application team. You can implement APM. You can get all the details, what is happening in your system. On the database level, if you want to do, you can just put simple monitoring. You can, in PMM also, you have a throughput column. If you implement PM, are you using Percona PMM?
No, I've done one POC for one of the customer because he was not ready to
Mm.
pay for a monitoring tool. For
It
them,
is
I've
free
done
of
this.
cost actually.
Yeah. So for them, I've done this PMM.
Mhm. So end of the story, the more better monitoring tool you have, the more better dashboarding you have, you can get the problem very soon.
Yeah.
It's not like that you will run the command and you will do the output and then you will do the calculation. It's not like that. Your APM has to be very strong. Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
It's like you say Oracle, Google is slow. So what they ask, entire Google can't be slow. They ask like which particular product is slow. Your mails are slow? Google Map is slow, or document is slow? Then you say my Google Map is slow. So then they go to Google Map. Again, they ask which particular part is slow. Like that you have to do. the whole analysis tool and try to understand which particular part is sending the data, where it is sending the whole thing. Makes sense, right, everyone? I'm sorry for this long discussion.
Yes.
But the only intention is to share